it was quite good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
pleased.
that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you just joined us, we're discussing Bethesda's E3 showcase, or BE3, hashtag BE3, as they were calling it, and we're of the opinion, I think, that it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't know what I didn't know what the expectation was going to be, because last year was the first time Bethesda had done an E3 press event, and they basically just came out and said, "Hi, we're Bethesda. We've got a huge dick. Would you like to see it thunk?"
Yeah,
and
we all saw that dick. It was
impressive.
Very attractive.
Yes.
Pete Hines got his lad out for us all to see. I wanted me to stick like just whack a cocktail stick in it and give it a good old nibble.
And so this year, I mean, they weren't going to top that.
No, but they still have the penis.
Yes, and it still looks great. Like, they've been keeping it up. It's in good shape.
I'd pop it over a campfire.
Despite all the action it's received, seemingly disease-free.
Eat it in the night times.
Oh, the Twitter snark died for like 40 minutes. Nobody could
snark,
say anything.
It's my favourite thing of E3. There's a spoiler for the Jimquisition for tomorrow morning. It's my favourite thing of E3, and halfway through I was like, I got nothing for this. I was relieved when Elder Scrolls Online came on. I'm like, right, okay, I can get some material out of this. But before then, I mean, it kicked off with Quake.
Which, yeah, that's and what they showed, I don't know what that was.
I'm guessing it's Overwatch. It's Overwatch, but Quake.
It was sizzle reel, whatever bullshit. No,
yeah,
fine.
It looks character led, which is it's clearly going to be the thing this generation. It's this generation's brown military shooter is character based.
Which I'll take that over brown military shooter any day of the week.
I did a Jimquisition not long ago praising that idea, because the idea of hero based gameplay, it's so versatile. You can have that in a third person, first person, not necessarily shooters. Like, you can do all sorts with this idea of very distinct characters as opposed to just sort of characterless classes. So I'm interested in seeing how that would work in a Quake environment. A lot of people on Twitter were calling a free-to-play game, especially because they just mentioned PC. I'm not... I think it's too early to tell for sure, but it could it's not an outlandish proposition. It could be a free-to-play game. I'm not sure if I'd have anything against that. There is a stigma with free-to-play games, but I'd rather a good old honest free-to-play game than a $40 to $60 game that still has the microtransactions in them. So,
wasn't the last Quake free-to-play?
I can't remember. Yeah, I mentally checked out of Quake a long time ago. Like, Quake 2 was the last time I was into Quake.
I mean, it wasn't like a big deal release, but it was like almost like a browser-based thing. It was one version of the release, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, there was. I seem to recall there was some free-to-play Quake not that long ago, in the last 6-7 years.
Right.
But
very well could have been.
But if they take the same care and attention that they applied to Doom and applied that to Quake, I think that the result is going to be very promising. And they were very smart in being able. Well, I mean, I think they knew how good Doom was. Mm-hmm. And they were very smart to be ready to give us Quake.
Yeah, I think Doom definitely paved the way for this announcement.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter, because I said that on Twitter, and someone was like, well, Quake was in development before that, so how could it have paved the way?
Well, of course it was, but they're not stupid.
Well, no. From a marketing perspective, it paved the way for this announcement.
Yeah.
We all got hyped up on the idea of, old school id shooters being good. Perfect time to announce Quake. So I think that very well timed, very well. I mean, the whole thing, this Doom, this id software revival thing, I'm so into. They made a really good Wolfenstein game. They made a fantastic Doom game, and if this Quake one, if they go for 3 for 3, I'm going to be very excited. Then one day we might get a great Rage game. Who knows?
Well, those were. Let's slow down. No, but those were the games that I played when I played a lot of first-person shooters. And so I identify really readily with them far more than I do any shooter since. And certainly any competitive multiplayer shooter. There's an opportunity that they're taking, and I think if they continue to do it well, no problem. What else was there? Fallout's got more DLC.
Whole ton of Fallout stuff. You can make things. You can do stuff.
I was
things happening.
I have a season pass for Fallout 4. I haven't installed any of the DLC. Haven't had my copy of the game in months. I loaned it to someone. So, I guess I want to do all that stuff. But
I don't have time to go back to it. Like I'd love to check it out, but
it all looks good, but and then they got what's that? The Prey.
Prey, yes. I am excited and disappointed about Prey. I am excited with this new game they've shown us. This idea of clearly a shooter.
You missed Prey 2. You want the game that was promised. Yeah.
Yes, I think this new one looks very interesting. Psychological horror, sci-fi, some shooting, looks really promising. I could do with another sci-fi horror.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've had something with, say, the flavour of a Dead Space. But
Dead Space 2, maybe.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But the more opened up, citywide, Blade Runner-style bounty hunter thing. One of the few E3s I ever attended before I got sick of the idea. One of the first things I ever saw was a Bethesda presentation, and they showed us Prey 2. And I never forgot the demo because it looked so fucking cool. All these different weird aliens and stuff. Like, it was kind of almost reminiscent of it was like a cross between the underworld stuff from Star Wars with that Blade Runner kind of dark, grimy, sci-fi urban look. So it looked really interesting. It was ticking so many boxes, but of course that was the last time anyone saw hide or hair of it.
Right.
So it's very interesting that they've just done away with the idea of Prey 2 and now we have Prey again, but completely different from the first Prey, which wasn't that long. Like, Doom, I get. It's been so long since Doom was Doom, but Prey to nothing and then Prey again. Like, it's an odd move. It's an odd move.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it is so totally different. But it has been a pretty long time since Prey, in the scope of things. I mean, that was an early title in the last console generation.
It was.
Not to say that reboots are something we should be doing a lot of, but I think by eliminating Prey 2 and just going from that Prey to this Prey, they can establish this as an iterative one-off sci-fi series.
Yeah.
Which I would like to see more studios approach that. I like a Final Fantasy. There's nothing else like Final Fantasy out there. That's as good as being every iteration of this series is different, but they all share thematic elements.
Yeah.
Why don't we have that?
BioShock tried to go in that direction with Infinite, but it kind of...
But it had the weight of BioShock 2.
BioShock 2 kind of scuppered that idea, yeah. It kind of... So it just made BioShock Infinite almost an outlier. But I could see what they were trying to do with it. But no, I'm really into that. I like the idea of more games that are more... They share the same name, but the stories and universes are very different, just with similar strands running through them. So yeah, I am excited about it. I like the fact that someone on Twitter said they stole the enemies from that XCOM first-person shooter that never happened. Just the smoky black things going around. Fuck it. If XCOM wasn't using it properly, so just let these guys have it. Prey... Yeah, cool. Elder Scrolls Legends, are they calling it? The card game?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, Half Stone. That's the fourth time I've made that joke this evening. I ain't going to stop making it.
Can't be made to care. I understand that the genre is the hottest thing in money-making ventures for this industry. I'm glad that they have it. I played Magic the Gathering in 1993 through 1996. And thousands of dollars later, I learned my lesson. And I don't do that anymore. So, if you love it, God love you. Keep on keeping that economy churning. We really appreciate it, the rest of us here. But
yeah, that's pretty much my view of it. It's not for me. I don't begrudge its existence. It's not for me. I didn't dream it. They did have some sort of MOBA-like thing last year, didn't they? Like, it was called Battlecry or something. That was them, wasn't it?
Was that them?
That's because it wasn't this year.
I'm trying.
Battlecry.
I'm looking it up too.
Fucking now. Battlecry, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Battlecry Bethesda cancelled was one of the first results on Google, but it isn't. It doesn't look cancelled. Initial release date 2015. Yeah, it was some free-to-play combat MOBA looking thing.
Yeah.
Bethesda has concerns about Battlecry and is evaluating it. That was okay. That was October, so that didn't last very long. Well, let's just assume that's dead then.
I think
it didn't come up.
Yeah.
I guess they just want us to forget it ever happened. Fair enough. What else was there? The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Remastered coming to PS4, Xbox One, all that.
That's exciting for people, I'm sure. Yeah.
If you don't have the PC version, I'm not saying that to be smug and smarmy.
Sure.
It is less. It is factually less exciting for someone who. Like me, I've played Skyrim many, many times with many different characters and builds and stuff on PC with all sorts of weird graphical enhancements and stuff. So
and it's a testament. I mean, it is a testament to a game that is, 7 years old, I think? That sounds about right. About 7 years old now. That people are ready to buy it on consoles for the third or fourth time?
Sure.
In a 7-year span, that's a hell of a game.
Well, you say what you will about it. A lot of people, it became kind of cool to hate on it, especially after The Witcher 3 came out.
No hate on it. It's not my thing. I mean, I need the Fallout. Like, I need the post-apocalyptic or the sci-fi trapping, swords and dragons, and not
it's
me.
It's not your speed. It's
not my thing, but I tried to get my wife to play because I thought she'd love it, and first person, it doesn't work for her, I guess. She's big into Dragon Age. God bless her. But but the fact that they can keep putting it out and everybody is consistently so excited for another re-release of it. Normally someone does a re-release and they're like, and then you get the eye roll and all. Skyrim, every time they do it, people love it. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's enduring. You can't really complain about it. Speaking of which, one person was excited for Elder Scrolls Online. Don't know who she was, but someone in the audience screaming the whole way through and went dead silent afterwards.
I took to calling her Karen. Karen in my head canon. They announced the
Dark Brotherhood.
No, but it was the one feature, the one Tamriel feature.
Oh yeah, one Tamriel. Yeah.
And the whole crowd is like, the guy announces it, and he, on the stage, he knows this is kind of a big deal.
He's excited. He's
excited about it. He knows it's a big deal. And he delivers this announcement, and he's there, and he's got the pause for applause in his brain, right? Because he's like, this is awesome, and people are going to think this is awesome. And it's silent for a good 3 beats. And I feel for the guy. And then there's this lone voice in the crowd. What?
I could not believe it.
So good. God bless that woman, whoever you are. And I don't care if you're in marketing for Bethesda and you're just there saving that guy. I don't care.
You threw yourself on a grenade if you are. And we salute your sacrifice. Okay, what else was there? I know there's the big thing. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else before the big thing.
I don't think so.
We did our Quake. We did our. I guess we're on to Dishonored 2. If we've forgotten something, the YouTube comments will let us know straight away. Dishonored 2. I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm into it. I've always loved the art style of that one. Because everything looks like it's made out of like the chunkiest meat. Big hands, faces full of tendons. That's how you make an NPC in Dishonored. But yeah, the art style is very distinct, and the level design in the first Dishonored was good, and it looks like they've really built on that with Dishonored 2.
The architecture's amazing.
Yes. Oh yes, very good, very good.
The visual design of that world, it makes it a world that I want to explore. It's very effective at that. It feels like Thief with more forethought put into it. And I'm down with that.
Yeah. I mean, the first game as well, like Dunwall, like it had a rich history and everything. You could tell this was a world that they, even though you only see a fraction of it in the game, it's clear there's some Bible somewhere in the studio that just has reams and reams of stuff written about it.
Yeah.
So that what does end up in the game carries with it this sense of history. Like that place genuinely feels old. Like it genuinely feels like it's been lived in. And it takes effort to pull off. It takes a writer or a team of writers doing stuff that will never be read, never be seen.
Oh, yeah.
To give it that flavour. And I really admire that about the thing. It's why I love the first Dishonored so much. Part of the reason why was just what a world they'd created. And yeah, I'm excited about what they've done. The time travel thing was very interesting. I think you made one of the comparisons to Soul Reaver.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me of Soul, which is fine. There's no... I'm not like bagging on them.
Ain't no one else doing anything with Soul Reaver.
And that mechanic is really well executed, I thought, in the way they were using the time travel object to sort of peer into the other time period and use that to evade guards and
yeah.
Really interesting presentation, smart way to do it. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, really good mechanic there. The new little tricks that they showed off, like linking people's brains so that when one person is done in, the others go, and the mesmerize thing. And there was that bit where a man got shot in the arse. There's a bit in the gameplay demo, the man fell over and whoever was playing aimed a gun, it went right up his anus. That was good. I got 2 highlights from the whole showcase. Was the mud crab slaughter montage, where it was just showing you killing mud crabs over and over, and man got shot up the arse. 10 out of 10 press conference.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was very, very solid. There
was nothing that blew my mind.
No.
But there was... apart from Elder Scrolls Online, I don't think I was tuned out for any.
And even that, I think that for the people who care about Elder Scrolls Online, both of them are going to be really happy by what Bethesda has.
Oh, yeah. There. Yeah, I mean, there was no bad news for anyone, I don't think.
No.
And also there's, like, more Doom stuff.
Oh, we didn't talk about the VR.
Oh, yeah, VR. Well, it's a struggle to get me to talk about VR at the best of times, but cool.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
If you're Ben Kuchera,
probably love it. I mean, I'm not the biggest proponent of VR, or even the top 5,000. I would say I'm pretty low down there. But it seems to me that if you're gonna do VR stuff, you should be making original stuff intended for that as a platform.
That's probably the best stuff for it.
While I respect Bethesda's interest in supporting that market and wanting to be a part of it, I don't feel like making Doom and Fallout into VR versions of them is necessarily the best way to go, unless you start with VR as the first idea. This just seems like they're taking first-person games and putting them into VR.
Yeah.
But
I get why they did it, because it's like, I get the sense that everyone's feeling like they've got to have something VR-ish.
Yes.
So it's like, fuck it, Doom, Fallout, just whack that in there and call it a day. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, very solid performance. Confidently presented. It was presented with this air of, like, we got this. We've got the year locked down. We're not desperate for content. We're not struggling for products. We're good.
Oh, they're adding more Doom content too, aren't they? Like new modes. Yeah, who cares?
More snap map stuff and all that. And
all right.
I know they've got a new team on the multiplayer. They want to really try and make that a thing. A lot of people hated that multiplayer, but I thought it was all right. But, good on them wanting to improve stuff.
I'll probably go and play the first level since they're making that available for a week. I'll probably go do that. I haven't had a chance
it's
to play
worth it.
Doom,
The game is so good.
Yeah,
I love Doom.
It's on my list of things to do when I have an opportunity to do things I'd like to do.
Well, there we go. So I guess that'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
We just talked about Bethesda. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I believe Microsoft is next on the chopping block. Can't wait for that. I really don't know how that one's going to go. That could go either way.
Yeah, there's a lot of question as to what they're gonna do. I mean,
we already saw the leak with the slim Xbox, and they'll talk about Gears 4. But otherwise, we'll see. So, that'll wrap that up. Thank you. I've been joined by Conrad Zimmerman. You can follow him on Twitter, @Conrad Zimmerman. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you with Microsoft. There'll be a Jimquisition in between. It'll be just a short one, really, because it's E3 week. I'm not gonna bring my A game, am I? Stay tuned for that. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.